sad. Like, why my brother get to stay there and I can't? My mom didn't ask me not one question about where I was at. Mind you, she wasn't even there when we got took. I ain't see her like in months before. I ain't see her in so long. But she never asked me one thing about where my sisters was at. None of that. My sisters was in foster care for about the same foster home. They was in there for years, like years and years and years. I mean, so I ended up going to another foster home. You know what I mean? Because they look for you. You have warrants or whatever. I mean, I ain't gonna even tell you how to, because that story how I got to the second one was so diabolical. I'm gonna say that because that's just. So I get to the second foster home, right? I come in there. It's a girl. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 8 kids, right? Like 8 kids. But the oldest kid in there, she was like 17. She was deaf, and she had that disease when you got like the pink stuff on your face. I guess what's that, vitiligo or something? I think. I don't know, whatever Michael Jackson said he had, but she had like pink stuff on her face, and she was deaf, so she talked funny, and she was big, and I've never seen that before. I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong with her? Like, so I was scared of her. Like, I mean, I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I get there about a week in there, I start noticing that she come in our room, you know, because it was a boy room, a girl room, and like another room. And the room I slept in was me, Jose, he was on the top bunk, I was on the bottom bunk, and I forgot the other boy name. He was like a little bit older than us. She used to come in our room every other night and get Jose, and take Jose with her wherever she used to take him at, like, and, you know, doing little sexual stuff with him, like, I mean. So every time she used to come in there, I would act like I'm asleep and get under the covers and be like act like I'm asleep, and hope she never like say nothing to me because I was scared to death of this lady, right? So one day she just come in my room, she take my covers back, look at me, like I'm balled up asleep, right? And she put the covers back. I'm talking about my heart beating so fast. So I was like living in this house scared of this girl, like literally. So one day we had to do like yard work, like, I mean, so I'm in the yard and you know, I had the big shears. We got to cut like the hedges or whatever. So every time she walk past me, I'm like, I get like annoyed, like, I mean, because, you know, I'm a kid, I was like scared of her. So she pinched my butt, and I turned around like out of like instinct, like it's like without thinking, like jabbed her with the shears. It ain't break her skin or nothing, like it ain't break her skin, like she wasn't even hurt. She just was like, you know, she deaf, so she's screaming all loud. Ah. I'm like, oh shit, don't you know? She told on me, said I tried to kill her and all this stuff, right? All these white people came questioning me, like I was like I had like really did the murder, and as though I wouldn't answer them, I wouldn't say nothing. They had wrote all this stuff about me, saying I'm a, like, all this crazy stuff in my files, like, I mean, and all I had to do was tell them. But you know, when you're a kid, I mean, plus you by yourself, you don't know who to trust. You just, I mean, you're like, man, whatever, man. Like, so they wrote all this stuff about me, and I said follow me to all the places I went because of that incident. Mind you, she didn't even have a scrap. Mind you, she was like 200 pounds. I was like not even probably 100. I mean, I'm like, how I hurt her? But she was a girl screaming, and she deaf, and I'm a little boy. They ain't care about none of that. So he sent me to another joint, another foster home. So the last joint I went to had bars and stuff on the window, right? I got to this joint, it was about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 7, 8 kids in that joint too. But the daughter, one of the girls there was daughter to the dad. It was like a known thing. It wasn't even like his. He worked for Greyhound buses. I remember he had a Jerry curl, and the mom worked somewhere else. So they like had to be missing each other. So when he get there by himself without the mom, he messed with the girl. She be in the room doing it to him and everything, right? But the girl used to make sure, look out for me. She'd look out for me. She'd be nice to me, so she used to do it to me, like. And I ain't really, it wasn't the type of situation where as though I felt like she was abusing me or nothing, right? I didn't like it, but it was like on the tip where as though I felt like, well, she could do that. She'd be looking out for me. She my friend, like. I mean, I didn't think of it as like something wrong until, like, you know, I got older like that. She shouldn't have probably been doing that. But she was only like she probably like 16 or something. Because I was like, but I still was like 10 or something. I mean, but she was treating me nice, make sure I eat, make sure nobody don't mess with me. So I felt like, yeah, that's how I had to pay you by doing. You know what I mean? She'd do it to me. She'd do it to the man. She was just in there like she like ran that house. So a lot of people don't know like what a foster home is, like, consists of. I mean, I'm the 3 I've been to. I don't know how they all are. I mean, but I was like, man, this worse than being home. I mean, so what I did, let me tell you, I got out the third one. So they got bars in the window, so you can't get out this joint. And when you go to school, they send a person with you in school to sit in your classroom with you, right? So I said, man, I know what I'm gonna do tomorrow at school. I'm gonna tell the teacher I gotta go to the bathroom. He gonna be all fat, taking long to try to follow me. I'm just gonna break. And that's what I did. I mean, I said, can I go to the bathroom? She's like, go ahead. I got up and just broke. Man, he chased me for like 5 blocks. Then he's like, man, that nigga gone. And I never went to another foster home after that. Yeah, after that, it was all juvenile placements in prisons. You know what I mean? But when you're in foster care, it's like you're in prison anyway, before you even get to do a crime. You know what I mean? Peace.